All right, here is your Bloodlines Magazine for round 9. Main headline, The Chronicles of Hardwick. Tor Lithanel Rangers head coach Damien Hardwick has died for the second time, shortly after his team's astonishing 5-0 victory over hated rivals, the Celtics. The cause of death remains unknown, but those speculating appear to fall into 2 camps. The first group believe that Hardwick has succumbed to powerful magic after acquiring both copies of the Chronicle of Collaboration ahead of the Celtics match. A local Tor Lithanel wizard spoke to Bloodlines Magazine and suggested that the tomes contain a powerful hex that activates if ever a coach shows such greed as to demand them both. The second group argue that Hardwick, who was originally killed by Celtics fans after losing 5-0 to the Rangers many seasons ago, has now served the terms of the resurrection spell originally used by Royal Santa Margherita to appoint him as head coach last season. Achieving a 5-0 win over the Celtics himself has allowed Hardwick's tortured soul to finally be laid to rest. Regardless of the true reason, which perhaps we will never know, the Rangers will need to move to appoint a new head coach for the rest of the season. In fact, Tor Lithanel Rangers will be seeking a new head coach.
Oh my god. When you thought that the drama was finally over, now this.
I mean, Hardwick goes out on a high, to say the very least. So there. The Tor Lithanel Rangers will be seeking a new head coach. We'll be looking through the waiting list. And the best candidate for the job, good luck to whoever follows that result, they will be contacted and asked, they'll be offered the job, and then we'll go from there. Obviously, there'll be announcements in due course. Okay, we move on. Dead Squigs Reborn. Struggling White Peak Red Squigs have taken the controversial decision to fire and replace their entire team with just 3 rounds of the Elite Division season remaining and the team just 2 points above the relegation zone. Owners Red Squig have been extremely disappointed with the players' performances, and despite apparent protestations from head coach Tony Tooth that the likes of BT Spriley and Roston Amini were good enough to keep and rebuild the team around, it seems Red Squig are not convinced. The move is sure to anger the ZUP, the league's players' union, who don't hesitate to kick up a fuss when even a single player is fired, never mind a whole roster. The ZUP are expected to push the ZFL for a severe punishment for the Red Squigs. The current expectation is that the team will be subject to a significant financial penalty, but the union are believed to be seeking a point deduction or even expulsion from the league entirely. The Red Squigs, meanwhile, are expected to announce their new roster in the coming days, but Tony Tooth has confirmed that the roster shakeup will be bigger than you'd expect. Effects. White Peak Red Squigs are now an Amazon team. Their new roster will be confirmed in the coming days. All players will be signed through the scouting system, with Tony Tooth making requests for the types of players he wants. He will not be guaranteed to receive them. All active Wood Elf players on the Red Squigs roster become free agents.
My goodness. Can we catch a rest?
That's big, right?
Oh dear. Oh dear, what a day.
Amazons in the Elite Division And their first opponents, the Celtics.
Oh dear.
It's controversial. It's rampantly unbalanced. It's the ZFL.
It is completely unfair and we like it. Oh dear. Oh dear.
Champion of champions. The Bloodweiser Corporation have confirmed that they have agreed a deal with the ZFL for the league's best teams to compete in the Bloodweiser Blood Bowl Championship Winners' Trophy, more commonly known as the Blood Bowl or the Blood Bowl Championship. The ZFL confirmed it was ecstatic to be invited to enter its finest teams into the prestigious competition, with the winner of the Buddy Grafstein Trophy being crowned the best Blood Bowl team in the world. The Blood Bowl Championship will take place between ZFL seasons, giving ZFL fans something to look forward to over the long postseason. 4 ZFL teams are expected to earn invitations to compete against the likes of the Reichland Reavers, Skaven Blight Scramblers, and last season's winners, Middenheim Maulers. In fact, the top 3 teams in the Elite Division and the winner of the Howitzer Cup will earn the right to compete in the Blood Bowl Championship. Should the winner of the Howitzer Cup already qualify for the championship through their league position, the 4th placed team in the Elite Division will qualify instead. Or in addition. We have a post-season tournament. And it's the Blood Bowl.
And what a tournament.
Don't be surprised to see the Reichland Reavers with Griff Oberwald. Can Vince Gore Defiant make it? And could Vince Gore Defiant face Reichland Reavers? Jack versus Griff.
Father and son.
ZFL versions of the classic Blood Bowl teams, indeed. I will probably play one of the teams. It will be open for people who don't qualify to register their interest to play some of the teams as well.
Oh, yes.
Looking forward to that in the off-season. More details to come. All right, Barak Gin Boozers, a recruitment gamble. With their armour secured, the rebuild can begin properly for the Barak Gin Boozers as they look towards the 24-95 season. Much of the rebuild work will take place in the off-season, but the Boozers have the opportunity to jump the queue on one of 3 potential signings. There's a big decision to be made on which direction the team should take going forwards. So a coach choice here. Sign a promising rookie. Bring in a promising young rookie player and look to mould their development for the rest of this season. The player's skills are unknown, but the rookie will gain an additional 2 SPP per match until the end of the season. Sign a non-dwarf player. Take the controversial decision to hire a halfling, hoping that sturdy dwarven armor can protect them while they add a different flavor to the team. Sign a washed-up veteran. Bring in an experienced player that everyone assumes is finished, but who is seeking redemption after his career went south. The player's skills are unknown, but the player will never gain SPP. What position that player can play will be dependent on what the Boozers have available on their roster. If there's no spots for positionals, the player will have to be signed as a lineman. Or a death roller, I suppose.
Nice. We like that always.
Bill Barley Desperados, our next grudge match. Much like in the 24-93 season, the team coached by Daggett Backstabber has improved massively in the middle part of the season, having struggled in the opening games. The Desperados' draw with the Boozers means they've taken 7 points from their last 9 and are undefeated in 3 games. We've been raided by Misspelled Tree, who will not believe the result of the Celtics-Rangers match. This week, the Desperados face Backstabber's former team, as Bill Barley travelled to Tor Lithanel to face a Rangers side that will be very hard to read. The team will be riding the crest of a wave after an historic 5-0 victory over their arch rivals, but will be adjusting to a new head coach after the death of Damien Hardwick. This could be an opportunity too good for Backstabber to turn down. I might have just spoiled it. Coach choice: antagonise the Rangers fans, set the Rangers dedicated fans to 6, then give both teams a rostered bribe, both for this match only. Antagonise the Rangers players: 2 random Rangers players gain the Mighty Blow skill, then 3 random Desperados players gain the Mighty Blow skill, again for this match only. Or bring an old trick with you. After the match against the Rangers, roll a d6 for any Rangers player who suffers a seriously hurt or worse, gaining an MNG. On a 4+, that player will have their normal recovery tonic switched for Recuperate Special Batch by the Desperados Apothecary. Espadon Enchanters, cementing a legacy. Suddenly, the title charge is back on. Victory for the Enchanters, combined with a huge loss for the Tor Lithanel Celtics, has left Mark Bielsik's team just 2 points off the top of the table. With a match against the Celtics still to play, the Enchanters now know they will be the ZFL champions if they win all of their last 3 games. This has given Jaspan de Garibaldi, director of Blood Bowl at the Enchanters, an opportunity to cement his legacy as the man who led the Enchanters to glory. De Garibaldi has summoned the entire Enchanters squad, minus the ostracised Mark Damon, to his estate, where he intends to deliver a speech to the team, as well as putting them to work with a renowned trainer. Coach choice for Bielsic: permit the team to visit the estate. To maintain harmony at a crucial time, Bielsic agrees for the team to take 2 days off training so De Garibaldi can have his way. Lose 1 team reroll for the next match, but 3 players will gain a useful skill. Or deny the request: this is too important for these silly games, and Bielsic is ultimately responsible for the team's success. Gain 1 team reroll for the next match, but De Garibaldi will be deeply offended and may seek other ways to make sure he gets the glory. Tor Lithanel Rangers, who have had a quiet week. The big news this week is the death, again, of Damien Hardwick, leaving the Rangers searching for their 3rd head coach since the ZFL began. Also troubling the team is their continued possession of both copies of the Chronicle of Collaboration. Hardwick's obsession with beating the Celtics may well have driven him to mess with magic he did not understand, but it's the rest of the Rangers roster who are left to deal with the ongoing consequences. The team are in full agreement. The books must go. Effect: the new Tor Lithanel Rangers coach will gain a value 10 fail demand. For each round, the team retains either copy of the Chronicle of Collaboration. The Chronicle gives the team 1 reroll per book, so any team that has one gains a reroll. Rangers owner Cinaril Jaroth will not allow the tomes to be given away or sold too cheaply. They may be cursed, but they are an asset with value, and the team needs to maximise that value. The fail demand will not apply if both copies of the book are sold or traded away before the Rangers play their round 9 match against the Desperados. And yeah, we'll pick up on Surge after we've done the magazine. I think everything's all good. But yeah, I'll pick up on that afterwards. On to the 2nd division then, the Quintex City Assassins. The Passin Assassins are, much like Vilmar Brainrot, dead. Well, half dead, sorta. We here in the Quintex City Assassins have always prided ourselves on two things, Brainrot told Bloodlines Magazine reporters. Punching people who are weaker than us because we think it's hilarious, and kicking people while they're down, square in the head, or in the nether regions, whichever the foot happens to find first. Unfortunately, such aggression doesn't translate into good throwing arms, and while I don't want to outright disparage my own players by claiming they're as blind as Sylvanian cave bats, I will state that our budget is too small to hold longer-term contracts for Mr. Swift, and Mr. Thorn. As such, passing will not be seen as a viable option in our upcoming matches. I'm sorry, Ritrock, but you tripping over your own feet whenever I tell you to grab the damn ball doesn't help either. This is why I trust Ava for such matters. Bang, bang, bang. Brainrot continued, on an entirely unrelated note that certainly has nothing to do with my prior announcement through extremely coincidental timing. My precious new stabbing machine, Soris, who has done absolutely nothing to land himself on the wrong side of the law, has discovered a new method of handling the ball. With his alleged marksmanship skills, he's able to quite literally shoot it halfway across the pitch, or into the hands of our adoring fans in the grandstands. No, this is not a Hail Mary pass. As I have just stated, we do not pass here in QCA any longer. My only gripe with the creativity Soros put on display, however, is that this means he hasn't grown an ego large enough to consider himself to be in any sort of leadership position, not unlike other players in this league, or in this division, or that just so happen to be elves. In fact, the Swift Twins, Asper and Thorn, and Glorial Summerbloom may not be hired by the Assassins. An incomplete pass by an Assassin's player will now have the passing player lose an SPP. Soros is immune to this rule. And Eliander Mysterian will remain a runner for the rest of the season. Blue Bay Crammers Halfling Treaty. This week, the Blue Bay Crammers play the Hansburg Hamhawks. With the Crammers sitting bottom of the second division and yet to win a single game, and the Hamhawks having barely managed to pull themselves out of the relegation zone with their first win this season, you'd have thought both would be desperate to grab any points they can. However, the team's Halflings instead seem to have seen this match as an opportunity to finally show off, without coating the pitch in Halfling blood, and have gone behind both coaches' backs to try to arrange this. They have decided that no Halfling will hurt another Halfling. Finally, everyone will see that Halflings are capable Blood Bowl players, and it seems both sides will be very unhappy if they feel that either coach is forcing them to dishonour their treaty. In fact, every Halfling that causes a removal on another Halfling via block, blitz, foul, or dodge from tackle zone increases the value of a fail demand for this event by 1 for their team. Halfling on Halfling crowd surfs only count if the victim is stunned by the crowd. In the event of a KO or casualty, well, the crowd did it. Fangorn Falcons, How I Met Your Father. Victory over the Eric Madden saw the unfancied Fangorn Falcons move to the top of the ZFL second division, leaving Guinness's Wood Elves in pole position to earn promotion to the Elite Division. Star War Dancer Alpha Chad put in a ruthless performance, inflicting casualties on 3 Madden's players, including Madcap Miggs. But Chad, still looking to redeem himself to head coach Guinness after fumbling his lines with Gloriel Summerbloom, seems to have turned closer to home to help his team over the line. Chad appears to have convinced his much-loved father, Alphonse Chadmium II, to make a stunning comeback from his Blood Bowl retirement of over 15 years and line up for the Falcons in the final 3 matches of the season. Lauren Saunders, seeing the opportunity for a huge increase in marketing and ticket sales, has immediately confirmed the signing without consulting Guinness. Chadmium II had a long and storied career as a thrower for the Elfheim Eagles, with debate among Eagles fans often between whether Chadmium II or his own father, Alphonse Chadmium Sr., was the greatest thrower the Eagles ever saw. Chadmium III, better known as Alpha Chad, signed with the Falcons as a war dancer as a way to step out of the shadow of both his father and grandfather. Excitement is high among Falcon fans who have already coined the nickname Alpha Dad to celebrate Chadmium II's arrival. It remains to be seen how pleased Guinness will be about the sideshow of a thrower who hasn't played competitively for over 15 years being thrust into his roster at such a crucial stage of the season. His legs may have long gone, but does his arm still have it? Fangorn Falcons hire a thrower called Alphonse Chadmium II or Alpha Dad, whichever is preferred. The thrower gains plus passing, cannoneer, cloudburster, and safe pass. The thrower gains 2 smashed knee injuries and 2 neck injuries, so it's 2 movement busts and 2 agility busts. The Falcons now have 6 rostered positionals ahead of each match where all positionals are fit and available to play. The Falcons must choose any positional other than Alphonse Chadmium II to MNG for the next match. If any positionals are already MNG, it is not required to MNG any others. If Alphonse Chadmium II is MNG, he will get a free recuperate. This event is in play for the rest of the season. Falcons gain 250,000 gold. Welcome everyone to the era of Alpha Dad. His legs haven't got it. Do his arms still have it? This is magnificent and also a nightmare, which is entirely the point. Hansburg Hamhawks have the same event as the Blue Bay Crammers. So it's the Halfling Treaty that we talked through before. Eric Maddens, Silly Squig. The Eric Maddens suffered their first defeat of the season this week and were knocked out of the promotion spots in the 2nd division. Whilst this isn't the end of their chances, it is a severe setback and arrives at a crucial stage of the season. Fans are reportedly blaming this loss on the poor performance of the star player Madcap Miggs and on head coach Colonel Alexander J. Wolf for hiring them. Miggs spent the majority of the first half being unable to control his mount Tufi Terror before suffering a minor injury courtesy of Alpha Chad and spending the rest of the match recovering on the sideline. A coach choice for the Maddens: give Miggs a second chance. Roster Madcap Miggs for the next match against the Cragmere 79ers. If Miggs fails the majority of Unchanneled Fury rolls, he failed every single one of them in the Maddens game against the Falcons. Or if the Maddens lose the match, gain a value 3 fail demand. Otherwise, gain a value 1 success demand. Or demand your gold back. The Maddens will never trust Miggs again. Gain 170,000 gold and a value 1 fail demand. The Maddens can never induce Madcap Miggs again. The Three Mountains, Mountains of Stone. The ZUP has been conducting an investigation into the Three Mountains team on suspicion of warpstone abuse by players. While warpstone is not a banned substance in the ZFL, its use by dwarf players rather than chaos worshippers or underworld denizens can raise eyebrows. After the death of Grum McFiggins in the match against the Dead Rock Tyrants and the discovery of warpstone within his body, an investigation was launched to determine whether Grum was an anomaly or if there was more going on at the Three Mountains than first appears. The concern was that warpstone was being used in place of medical treatment to allow players to, quote, push through the injury, in a manner of speaking. Bloodlines research into the team has revealed that the team apothecary was fired mere weeks into the season. the team has rostered no physiotherapist, and they have never purchased Recuperate. Despite this, only the now deceased Grady Hightower has ever missed a Three Mountains game due to injury, and the team reports no performance-impacting injuries sustained this season on any of their players. Team coach Gilt Finsley, a Skaven whose personal use of Warpstone is well known, has this to say when asked about this seemingly anomalous outcome. Their dwarves being hard to kill is in their nature. I let our team Apothecary go because I believed their services were unnecessary. On the topic of potential Warpstone abuse, Finsley stated, admittedly, I do keep some around the dugout. I sincerely hope no nefarious wrongdoings have been taking advantage of my decor, which is impure, and would leave one with some rather nasty side effects. It seems coach Finsley is aware of potential harm from Warpstone use and vowed to cooperate with the ZUP investigation fully. When players were tested for Warpstone, 3 surviving Mountains players showed some Warpstone present. Robson Azuli, Sir Sanford Clemenceau, and Cinder St. Helen. It appears those rumours of Lyle Sulphur's performance being enhanced unnaturally can be put to rest at least. By ZUP order, the 3 Mountains are to allow these players to attend a facility to detoxify their system before returning to the Blood Bowl pitch. The ZUP has also made the official recommendation that Sir Clemenceau specifically be released from Blood Bowl duties, as continuing to play would, quote, pose an imminent and serious threat to his life, as even the smallest injury could be fatal with how far his body had deteriorated from its usual sturdy dwarven state. Read, he has 8 serious injuries. No word has come out from the ZUP on whether the 3 Mountains leadership have been implicated in this endeavour, or if these players acted alone. When asked, head coach Finsley denied any involvement, stating, I forbid the players from using. When asked for comment, Hell's Gate representatives declined to comment. It seems this saga is still ongoing, and Bloodlines will be first on the line to bring you updates. Effects. Robson Azuli, Sir Sanford Clemenceau, and Cinder St. Helen are set to MNG this week while they attend rehab. Recuperate cannot be used. Gilt Finsley may choose to retire Sir Sanford Clemenceau without retaliation from the ZUP. Further effects may follow. Two to go. Dead Rock Tyrants. The meaning of life. The Tyrants face Verdanos Valor this week, knowing that a victory would very likely secure their second division status for another season. This would represent a significant success for rookie head coach Sven Thunderbuns, who was given one of the more difficult tasks in trying to keep owner DK Mortimer's creations in the division. But if there's one thing Thunderbuns knows, it's that attention is the meaning of life. And right now, he's not attracting the right sort of attention, coaching a misfit necromantic side. The old adage says that you're only as good as your last match. If this is to be the game where the Tyrants generate headlines by confirming their survival, Thunderbuns knows he needs the highlight reel to look right. The riskier and flashier plays are never off the table. Effect. If the Tyrants complete more passes or complete more dodges than Verdanos Valor, Thunderbuns gains the rewards below. The Tyrants gain 1 team reroll, and Thunderbuns will improve his odds considerably of landing a, quote, better job in the off-season. Finally, Verdanos Valor. The name's bold. James Bold is the latest hot prospect to emerge from the famed Valor Academy, with the team's new thrower tipped to be a significant upgrade on the recently deceased Gontranus Cafaro. With Valor hovering nervously above the relegation zone, Bold has a chance to immediately make a name for himself by inspiring Leistra Tamarillis' strugglers to a victory over the Dead Rock Tyrants that would do their survival chances the world of good. Valor have not won in their last 4 matches, and it seems only their faith in Nuffle is keeping their heads above the dreaded drop zone. Valor fans will be hoping Bold can be the difference maker for their long-suffering side, and that the team can perhaps build around their new star next season. James Bold signs for Valor as a thrower. If Bold completes all of the challenges below before the end of the season, he will be retained as Valor's star thrower for the 24-95 season. Otherwise, he will be sold in the postseason. Bold must complete 4 passes, score 2 touchdowns, and earn 4 further SPP through any means before the end of the season. And forgive me because I didn't know that Bold had already signed and played a match. But regardless, he has the same target. It's any means. So it's 4 passes definite, 2 touchdowns definite, and then do whatever you want to get 4 more SPP. MVP counts if you get lucky. 5 passes, you can do 4 more passes to get the 4. You can do 1 pass and another touchdown. You can do 2 casualties, whatever you want to do for the last 4. And that's it. That's your lot for Bloodlines Magazine.